Okay, hello, hello. I'm right side up now, I hope. Hard to know sometimes which way's up, which way's down, which is why we practice yoga. So, thought I would pop in here. Debbie, okay, good. Debbie and I are together. Feels better. Hi. Okay, so it's such an interesting day, right? I'm a little overwhelmed with the light that's turning up in the living room here, but I'm gonna go ahead and start a little practice and invite you to join me. So I'm gonna stand up because I've been sitting for a little while. If you've been sitting for a little while, I recommend you stand up too. If you're comfortable, if you're more comfortable sitting, then go ahead and sit. And sorry, I don't have my whole special Zoom perfectly framed, like I'm teaching a class set up here. But that's not the point. The point is that anytime we can just start up practice. So start doing something like this with your hands. Just stretch out your fingers and then ball your fingers into fists. And you can emphasize that as much as you need to. Either just like pretty simple, open and close movement, or like a big squeeze of the fist. You can even squeeze your muscles in your arms and in your shoulders and then release them, or a big spread of the fingers. And then just start to move your wrists around, bend and straighten your elbows, shrug your shoulders and drop them down. Just kind of give your body a little wiggle. And if you're standing, do some of the same for your legs. So maybe point and flex your toes. I'm just picking my knee up so that you can see, but it could be down low. Point and flex your toes and circle your ankles around and bend and straighten your knees and give your hips a little wiggle. I'm a big fan of the hula. Move in the pelvis. Sorry, no offense to those who truly hula, that beautiful subtle dance. I realize that's not what this is, but just give the hips a little sway around the legs. And if you're standing and you're doing this, I guess you have to be standing to do this, feel the movement come around the soles of your feet, from heels to inner arch, outer arch, over to the balls of your feet. And then sort of like the toilet bowl flushing, go from a big movement to a smaller movement. Maybe keep the smaller movement, maybe shift directions, maybe pause. And then let's just notice we're breathing. When you inhale, just try saying to yourself, oh yes, this is my inhale. And when you exhale, there is my exhale. Good. Try keeping the mouth relaxed and the lips not squeezing together, but closed. And the corners just slightly turned up. And breathe through both nostrils. Think about opening up your nostrils like we just practiced opening up the palms, so you get a little more fullness in with your breath. Take your hands down onto your lower ribs and breathe into them. Twice more. Just any amount, feeling your breath move into your ribs move into your hands. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, let's drop the arms down. Turn the palms upward. And you can either keep your arms low, you can bring your elbows to about your shoulder height, or you could even stretch your arms up if that feels good for your shoulders. And just do that a couple of times. Kind of go back to the neutral where your arms aren't doing anything, your hands aren't doing anything, and then stretch your fingers, turn your palms, maybe lift them up. Stretch, turn, maybe lift, and then release. And then let the arms stay relaxed. If your shoulders are super sticky, you might even hang over and just like kind of elephant trunk your arm a little bit. Little circles or big circles. And then let's bring the hands onto the hips. If you're sitting in a chair, you could even hold on to the sides of the chair. And any amount, we're gonna point the elbows back. And that's to get the shoulder blades to come in. It gives the breastbone a little lift. We're gonna let the breastbone start to kind of peek out from the front of the heart and turn up towards the ceiling. So any amount, elbows back, breastbone up. Keep your chin tucked here. And then relax. And then twice more, elbows together, shoulder blades in, breastbone up and peeking up towards the ceiling. And then back. And then last time, elbows back, shoulder blades in, breastbone peeking up towards the ceiling. And then if this is feeling okay, maybe the eyes, the nose peek up towards the ceiling and you inhale. And then let's release. And just give the shoulders a shake and release them. And if you're standing, and I recommend again that you do, just stand and give yourself a little bounce. Take your feet a little wider. Peltier. Good. Hi, Finn. Okay, you guys, we're standing up and we're doing just wiggling and bouncing. So stand up. Take your feet maybe a little bit wider. Maybe you do, I don't know what kind of like duck walk or cat walk this is, but give yourself just a few bounces. I like to actually bounce, jump up and down and land nice and softly. If you like the way that feels, you can actually do a big squat down, or you can just be, you know, kind of moving a little bit. And then shaking's good too. So shake your hands, shake your arms, shake your legs, shake your feet, and then we're gonna go side to side. So stand on your right foot, stand on your left foot. And this isn't like so much for balance. If it feels like you have really good balance, you can just kind of stay on one foot for a little while. Maybe like wave the other leg around in the air. And then come to the other one. Again, you can keep your foot down on the floor. Or you can pick it up or wave it around if that feels good. And then we'll just sway side to side. And make yourself a little bit like you're a boat in the ocean. And you're like kind of floating and bouncy. And the arms are gonna swing. One side and the other side. Good, you decide how fast. Some people might go really fast or how slow. Generally, the younger you are, the faster you might like to go, and the older, maybe slower, but that's not foolproof. So just kind of see for you. And then we're gonna add a little reach. So as you come over to one side and your arms swing that way, take that opposite arm and reach it as far as you can, and then to the other side. So we're shifting to one side, we're reaching across. And again, you just kind of find like how fast, how slow, how much, or how little. And maybe somebody's like kind of tentative or shy and you're just doing like a little bit. And then we're gonna do overhead. So first we kind of twisted one across, now we're gonna do overhead as we do our side to side. And again, you decide how fast, how slow, how bouncy, how shaky, how much like a boat, how much sway. Okay, last time one side, and then the other. And we'll stand strong. So make sure you feel really strong in the way you stand. So you can have your feet close together, you can have them wide apart, you can have your toes turned out, you can have your toes turned forward. Let's try hands on the hips at first. And make sure that your weight, we just practiced going side to side. Now your weight is strong in both legs. It's like you've got 2 tree trunks. Okay, and then hands on the hips, kind of power pose, right? Give yourself a couple good breaths when you're here. Make sure if you're, if you're feeling like a little fidgety still, that you can wiggle around a little bit until you find real strong in your arms and legs. And then we're gonna do it again, stretch the palms out. If you liked it best down here, earlier with your hands down here, you can keep them here, or you can start to lift your elbows up. As long as your neck stays relaxed, you should be able to just kind of bobble your head around like I am. You can keep your arms going into maybe starfish pose. So you can think about a star with 5 points, 1 arm, 2 arms, 1 leg, 2 legs up through the top of your head. Maybe even close your eyes. 3 breaths. And then spread your arms wide. Reach your arms in front of you. Cross one over the other and hug this precious person. And then one more time, spread the arms wide. Spread your fingers out. Maybe lift the arms up. Now this time, if you're feeling kind of fidgety and really want to feel more calm and feel more grounded, do what we did the first time, which is keep your eyes closed, your palms facing forward, and maybe even your chin a little bit tucked. And keep trying to really find that strength in the trunks of your legs. If you're feeling well grounded and you want to find a little more lift, you can lift the fingers even up a little higher. Maybe turn the palms. Maybe get the breastbone to lift and peek up towards the ceiling. Maybe your eyes peek up towards the ceiling. Inhale. And then exhale. Relax your arms all the way down and do whatever of the wiggling or bouncing or swaying felt best for you. We'll do this just to kind of help our body get all of the wiggles out, get any extra energy that we don't need out. And then I'm gonna sit down, and you can either sit down or you can stay standing. You decide. You could actually lay down too. That's a good idea. We're gonna do a really fun and a really helpful breathing exercise together. And it's actually, I don't know if it even is best to call it a breathing exercise. It's kind of we'll call it a humming exercise. So you might need to blow your nose. If you found that breathing through your nose before was a little hard, you can blow your nose. Make sure that your shoulders are relaxed, that your head can bubble. Again, see if you can breathe through your nose. And this time what we're gonna do is breathe in through our nose. We'll do this a few times together. And then I'll show you one more thing you can add to it. You're gonna breathe through your nose. And then with your lips mostly closed, you're gonna hum through your mouth. Okay, so like this. So this is actually called bee breathing. Can you hear a little bit the buzz of the bees? We'll do it a couple more times. And then just breathe normally. Maybe you notice a little tingly something. There's lots of good information coming out about just exactly how this kind of humming and breathing helps us to do all kinds of things related to health and well-being, including deal with pathogens, viruses, bacteria, different things that we might be exposed to that might threaten our well-being. So we turn our attention to our breath and we use the vibration of our voice to help to clear these things that might threaten us from our systems. So one more thing I'm going to show you. It goes with this bee breath, and it's a way to use your fingers. We were doing, and you can come back at any time to just stretching and balling up your fingers. This is one of my favorite ways to practice yoga when I'm driving, like just get one hand working on finding that range of movement and that ability to release and generate energy. So we're going to use our hands for this one, and I'll describe it to you and then I'll do it, and we'll do a few breaths together. We're going to stick our thumbs in our ears. Don't do that yet or you won't hear what else I'm saying. Thumbs just lightly covering your ears. So, and if it feels more simple or more accessible to use your whole hand to cup your ears rather than do the other stuff with the fingers that I'm going to suggest, you could also do that. So either thumbs in your ears or whole hand cupping your ears. And then we're going to bring our fingers kind of like bat eyes, or cat's eyes, something like that, across our sinuses. So we have sinuses across our forehead and underneath our eyes. So you can just kind of see how your fingers fit well in your face. You don't want your fingers to be tense at all. They can be relaxed. So just let your fingers kind of rest. I've got mine like up close to my hairline, just over my eyebrows, just coming into the sides of my nose, and then just down by the corners of my mouth. And then just get yourself so that you're not efforting too much here. It shouldn't be very hard. And then if you're comfortable closing your eyes, you can close your eyes again. And we'll do a few more rounds of this bee breathing. So if you haven't already, you can cover your ears. And then relax. Okay, we'll bring our hands together. We'll rub them together until you feel some warmth between them. And then just gently cover your eyes. And then maybe take your fingers and just kind of stroke the areas that we were just touching with the fingers. If you did that position, like down from your hairline across your brow. You can stroke or you can tap with your fingers across your hairline, brow. Let's come underneath the cheeks, over to the outside of the eyes, down under the lips. And then we can even keep this either stroking or tapping, coming down to your breastbone, out to your collarbones, maybe down to the sides of the ribs. And then we'll rest the hands on the belly. And then relax the arms down. Okay. I hope that you got a chance with this little practice today to realize again the power that you have to affect how things feel. And to realize that you have the power and the potential to generate energy, to release or to process energy, and to find a state of stability and poise within. So this is the opportunity that we are being called to now in a tumultuous time, to be the poise and to be the strength that we want to see surrounding us. So it comes from us. Okay, I'm gonna I'll share this video on the Yoga for Mental Health feed so you can go back to it later. I'm going to be repeating these movements and this buzzing all throughout the day myself, and we'll be looking forward to next time we can connect. May your day be light and joyful, and may you feel your strength and your poise. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. So special to have you, Finn. And who else is here? I can't always see the names. Well, you guys, Summer, and Debbie, Susan, Darlene, and oh, those little twin boys. Okay. Thanks so much, everybody. I hope to see you soon.